So I'm going to interview two friends of mine. One's Catholic and the other one is Hindu. And I'm going to interview both of them, asking them questions on how they feel about the divorce rate in America. Okay, I have Somi here. She is from India and she is Hindu. Why do you think divorce rates are so high in America?
One reason that I can think of is like the roles of men and women have changed a lot over the last, 20, 30 years probably.
Okay.
Because women have learned a lot about themselves. They are now, they are more conscious. They're going out, getting a degree, getting a job. And then it's like they have evolved. I don't think men have evolved that much. They have the same consistent role that they have always played.
Yeah.
And they think like they are the providers of the family, but now the women are also the providers of the family.
Okay.
So there is a kind of a clash between the male ego and the female ego probably. That's why the tolerance level has gone down a lot.
Okay.
And women are going out, they're exploring a lot of things about themselves. They are more aware of their potential and they're enjoying that role.
Yes.
And they are enjoying it. They want to do more. They want to get better. But then when they have to come back to and take care of the family, which is also expected to be the woman's role, I think they come back home exhausted, like any man would come back home exhausted after a long day of work. But then the man in the house now wants the woman to be the wife, to be the mother, to be the caretaker of the family. But the woman is also exhausted, so she has less patience.
Okay, I have Kim here and she's Catholic. Kim, why do you think the divorce rate is so high in America?
I think it's high because the roles of women has changed so drastically in the last 30, 40 years, I guess, where because of the economy, there's the need for a two-income household. And before, when the woman stayed home and took care of the children in the house and had dinner ready, when the husband came home, those days are long over. They're both working now, they're both coming home exhausted, and they don't have the energy to pour into one another what they need. Whereas before, the wife had the energy to pour into her husband, and then that would be reciprocated. But now everybody's just tired and worn out at the end of the day, so they go home and they don't feel like talking, they don't feel like connecting in any way. And they're so busy, even with children. Children are doing so many more activities. When I grew up, we did like piano lessons, or maybe we're in scouts or something. But now, when you have 3 kids and they're in baseball and ballet, and after school activities like baseball. I mean, it's nightly. If you have a son in baseball, you're at the baseball park every single night almost. Or if you have 2 or 3 sons, there's no time for that connection between the husband and the wife, and so it's easy for them to go astray. Especially, I'm just going to say it, the man. The man's usually the first one that goes astray, and it breaks all the trust. I just think because the roles have changed.
Awesome. So, if a man is not being unfaithful, he's not an alcohol addict, do you believe in couples just staying together for the kids, even if they're unhappy?
Yeah, I think parents should stay together for the sake of the kids. Like when the kids reach a certain age, maybe you can talk through and have a mutual separation, but going through a nasty divorce, unless like the criteria that you already mentioned, then I think all the differences can be worked out, and for the sake of the kids, because the kids are your responsibility. You brought them, they didn't want to be here, you brought them into this world, and now for your selfish reasons you have to put them through a lot, because what they see is what they learn. So you cannot expect them to have a strong family life if they think that it's okay, my parents are divorced. So if they fall in love with somebody and want to do want to live a happy life, and then at some point they think it's okay to divorce and just find another woman.
That's
or man.
really good.
And then when kids come in the picture, as a mother, or you don't become that selfish that you worry about yourself only. So you are ready to put aside some differences that you may have with your husband when you think that your kids will have a stable home.
Okay, so here in America, there's not a norm of arranged marriages, but there is a show called Married at First Sight, where marriages are arranged by a group of experts. But in your culture, I know that you have an arranged marriage. Can you speak a little bit to that?
My marriage was arranged by my parents, but I did have a say in it. Like, it was not forced on me that this is the guy we have chosen and you have to get married. But I had no objections of my own, because I believe if you can grow with a person, you accept each other. Of course, it is a gamble. I'm not saying it's not. It's like you're marrying somebody who you don't know, but then, or don't love, but then as you spend years together, you can get to know about each other.
Yeah. Do you think that your marriage has an advantage over the typical American marriage that is not arranged?
I mean, so everybody has their differences. We have our differences too. But then over the years, I have learned how to be more patient, how to give an opportunity to another person to explain, how to be more understanding.
Okay. What would you say are something that is grounds for divorce?
For me, there are two things: cheating and alcoholic partner. Like if the partner comes, and of course domestic violence. Like if the partner is coming home is alcoholic and is like physically abusing the wife or the kids, that's right there. You cannot live with that. You cannot even forgive that person. And cheating, of course.
Okay.
Besides these two, I think everything else can be worked out. Even like mental health issues can be worked out. Or if you have if your partner develops a deadly disease later in life, you don't leave them and go or seek a divorce because you cannot handle that. You want to go. So I think for me, those two are the number one factors. But it's non-negotiable. Like you cannot forgive your partner. Okay, cheating.
Thank you. Okay, Kim, you're a big fan of Married at First Sight, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the past 2 seasons, the divorce rate has also risen. Why do you think the divorce rate is so high for Married at First Sight?
Okay, as a Married at First Sight super fan, I think that some of the original cast members have become celebrities in their own right. So I think now the people interviewing to be on it, they know what to say, they know how to get in, and they're doing it for fame. They're not doing it to really be married. And so I don't think they're going into it committed. I think they're going into it to find fame and fortune. But because if they were truly committed, some of the couples that I've seen, like that I was really rooting for, they could have made it if they were really there for the right reasons. I think that so much of it is for fame and fortune, that they're pulling the wool over the eyes of the professionals that are putting them together, the experts who put them together. They're tricking them, and they're saying that they need a say to get on TV, and they're doing it to become famous and for fame.
Really great point. Thank you.